Good morning, everybody. We are back in the field today. Well, technically we're not, because we're having one of the few things that we have on this farm custom done, and that's lime spreading. We don't have a truck or the equipment to spread lime, so it's one of the things that we actually hire out done. They got started hauling lime in on Saturday, this Monday morning today, and showed up bright and early, going to try and get some of this lime spread. If you remember a few videos back, we were in the office actually writing the variable rate prescriptions for lime, and today we're going to put them to use. We got I think 9 different farms we got to spread. Got somewhere about 500 tons of lime total to spread on those 9 farms. So anyway, we're going to head to the field and check on them and see how they're coming along. In case you're wondering why we spread lime to raise the pH of the soil. A lot of the fertilizers we use, a lot of the chemicals we use are acidic in nature. Our soils kind of tend towards being naturally acidic anyway, and as the soils become more acidic, the availability of nutrients becomes less on a lot of the crucial nutrients. A lot of nutrients will get tied up if the soils become too acidic. So we apply lime generally about once every three years, and we do it all variable rate because all of our land doesn't necessarily need the same rate of lime to bring the pH up. On our prescriptions, we're targeting to raise the pH of the soils up to around 6.5 to 6.7. This range is generally when the nutrients in the ground are most available to the plants. You don't want a neutral pH of 7 in your soils. Otherwise, other nutrients, as the pH raises up, other nutrients become less available. So about 6.5 is about the sweet spot on nutrient availability of soils. And there's other things that contribute to the acidification of soils. One of them being acid rain will be one. The decaying of organic matter, soil microorganisms, will also lead to soil becoming acidic. If we were just to leave our soils alone and be be in nature, say the woods, our soils would generally settle on a pH of somewhere probably around 5.5 to 5.7 is what I've seen. But at that point, the nutrients we need to produce high yielding crops are less available. The lime does not, it won't change the pH of the soil overnight. It works over a period of about 3 to 5 years. So we do a soil testing program, testing our soils once every 3 years. And it'll generally allow us to maintain a pH rather than seeing big fluctuations in the pH from year to year. So all of these practices help us produce the high yielding crops we need. I found out late last week that Zach has come down with COVID, so he's in quarantine for 10 days, I think. So right now I'm trying to juggle several different responsibilities in addition to the things that I normally got to do with running the business. I also got to pull double duty and do the things he was needing to do. And just right as I was running to town to get parts, I encountered 3 more lime trucks on the way in. They hadn't called or anything, so I had to turn around and I got to go show them where to dump. I was also on my way to town to get gas along with parts because I found out that we ran out of gas at the shop. Hopefully I got enough to take these guys to the fields and then get to town and get some gas before I run out. Well, we got some really good looking cover crop here. You can definitely tell the cold has nipped it back a little bit, especially the radishes and stuff, but good thick stand to cover crop. Clover's looking good, the grass is looking good, winter peas are looking good. Radishes are still hanging on. One more cold spell though and they'll be done. We got about 23 tons of ground dolomitic limestone right there. Not only does it raise the pH in the soil, it's also a good source of magnesium and zinc. So it looks almost like sand. It's got a lot of moisture in it to kind of hold it together. Once it dries out, it turns into pretty much dust. So you got to spread it with a dam to get a pretty good spread pattern. Well, I finally had time to run to town and get my parts in between showing lime trucks where to dump. So dropping my stuff off here at the shop, and just want to give you a quick glimpse of a project myself and some of my buddies have been working on. Every year, whenever we get the chance and get a break from work, we like to go we like to go riding off-road, usually in the mountains on our side-by-sides and stuff. And some of the places, finding a place to stay overnight has been problematic, so we're in the process of building ourselves a Redneck RV. And there it is, an old retired school bus that we're in the process of retrofitting to make it livable. And this weekend my project was getting electricity run. Anyway, we bought this bus for $2,000 between the 5 of us. We stripped all the seats out. We sold them. Heck, we made like $650 off selling the seats. And we stripped the floor out down to the metal frame right there because the plywood was pretty much rotted out. Painted the metal floor with Rust-Oleum. Then we've laid down insulation in the floor. And what I did this weekend was get electricity run on the bus here. And so you got our service entrance here. And the last thing I got left to do is to get the inverter wired up so we can have electricity while traveling. Got an RV plug mounted on the outside to plug into electric outlets whenever we get to the camping spot, or a generator if there's no electricity available. So we got the Luann flooring back here. One of my buddies is on his way out this morning. He's going to get started laying that. And right up here in this area, over these front fender wells, probably going to have some couches. Probably going to have a little bit of living quarters and kitchenette right here in this area. I'm going to build 4 bunk beds right here over the rear fender wells, and probably have a little bit of storage and cabinets right here. And right here in the back, we're gonna have a mini bathroom with a toilet and a shower. We bought this late last summer. Got started doing a little bit of work to it before we got started to harvest. Of course, during harvest we didn't have any time to work on it. Now this winter time we're working on it pretty steadily. So I'm definitely not a professional electrician, but I'm kind of proud of the job I did. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice and neat. Hey, I'll leave the porch light on for you. It looks like you're just about done with this farm. Time to go move to the second farm. Kind of getting a slow go of it today. One of the trucks had a breakdown on the belt that delivers lime from the hopper back to the spinners. Had some hydraulic issues, so I had to go back to the shop and get it straightened out. But it's like they're running pretty smoothly right now, but I don't think there's any way they're going to get done today. So I'm just basically, all I'm doing is out here supervising today, not doing a whole lot. I'm helping them move equipment from field to field because they're one-man short. And then here pretty soon I expect to get a call from the truck drivers wanting to see the other locations on where to dump lime. I run around here and there today. I got 2 more loads being dumped. This is a farm that we bought. They made a big deal of it on the American farm, supposedly, that I bought without telling Kelly. But anyway, it had when we bought it, it had been mismanaged for quite a few years. No lime spread, had terrible pH. I think the pH on parts of this farm was like down in the mid-4s. Very acidic soil, wouldn't grow much. Anyway, this is the second round of lime we've put on this farm, and right here where we're sitting and he's spreading, it's still calling for pretty heavy rates of lime. But bringing a farm back is not an overnight fix, and it can take multiple years of good management practices before you get the ground right. So hopefully here in the next year or two we'll have this farm back in shape. We've done a lot of good to it, but it's still got a little ways to go. Well, I kind of giving you a little oversight about what we're doing today and why we're doing it. It's been real nice that we actually got the dry weather this January to be able to get here and get this lime spread. A lot of times, normally it's way too wet this time of year, and we're scrambling to try and get it done before planting, you know, either in late March or early April. At least that's been the case the last couple of years, so really glad we're able to go ahead and get this knocked out of the way. They're probably about half done with the spreading. They're definitely not going to get done today. It's about 2 hours before it gets dark. But anyway, I reckon I'll go ahead and wrap up this video right here. And appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video.